Welcome to the Permagrow Compost Corner. I'm going to start a series on indoor composting and how to do it right and have good results. I'm about to start another batch. I use a electric composter that has a 4-liter capacity, and that's about right for my family. Add your kitchen scraps, and one of the hardest parts is getting the carbon to nitrogen ratio correct. Fortunately, I use my wood shavings and sawdust from my planter construction as my carbon source. But if you don't have that, you can use coconut coir or shredded cardboard or paper. But that's probably the most tricky part. The other tricky part is getting the water content right. And that took me a while to get down. I usually check it about an hour or two in to make sure it's right. And once you get it full, you just turn it on and turn it to auto, and it'll start. These are my last two batches of compost. That's yesterday's, and that's the day before. And of course, being an engineering nerd, I kind of track how much power it uses. I use this power meter. I put in my electricity rate, and then I measure how much compost and track that. And on average, I produce about a quart per day, and it costs me between 18 and 21 cents per quart to produce. One thing I should note about using the electric composter in auto mode is that it doesn't really finish the compost, and so you do need to finish it. And I'm going to do a whole series of videos on how you finish it, but I mix it in with previous compost in those stainless steel containers and then let it finish in there before I put it in my plants. But you can see it's pretty well dehydrated, kind of light fluffy, pretty dry. It does have a few eggshells, still in there. The consistency is pretty good, and it's really in a good state for it to actually finish composting well once you mix it with some activator and let it sit. Welcome back to Compost Corner. This has been going for about an hour and a half. It looks pretty good. Moisture content looks pretty fine. In another hour, I'm going to check it just to make sure it's in the right range and doesn't get too dry. Thing you'll notice about Compost Corner, I strategically placed it by the cold air return of our furnace, so any composting odors blow through the whole house. And we'll now find out if my wife actually watches my Permagrow videos.